Microneedling for hair growth is one of my favorite topics to talk about because it is often misunderstood and underrated. You see, for example, this is a guy who combined Minoxidil with microneedling, and just 3 months later he recovered his lost hairline. Or another example, a 30-year-old male who, after consistently using Minoxidil with microneedling, was able to recover 90% of his hair in 8 months. He continued using the treatment and recently posted his 3-year update, where he had absolutely recovered 100% of his hairline. Microneedling is able to improve your minoxidil results by 2 to 3 times significantly. And I know this because I've personally been on the same hair regrowth journey as these other two guys with similar results. So, why do I say that microneedling is heavily misunderstood and underrated? Well, a lot of people get confused about which microneedling device to buy. For example, in a recent poll I did on my YouTube channel, I asked, which microneedling device do you think works best for hair growth? Almost half chose rolling microneedling devices, such as the Derma roller, while the other half chose stamping microneedling devices, such as the Derma Pen and Derma Stamp. Today, I want to show you exactly how these products work and how to integrate them seamlessly into your routine. I will also talk about the best needle length to choose if you are a beginner and how long to wait before using Minoxidil again. So let's go. Microneedling uses needles that create tiny wounds in your scalp, which heal quickly. During the healing process, the body creates collagen and elastin fibers, which stimulate the follicle to grow stronger and healthier again. Most importantly, it is thought today that the needles stimulate the lowest part of the follicle, the dermal papilla, which is responsible for the healthy growth of your hair. So, microneedling alone is able to significantly regrow hair, even when used without other treatments, as shown in many research papers. However, when combined with Minoxidil, people tend to see the most insane hair regrowth results. That's because while topical Minoxidil is one of the best stimulating treatments for hair loss today, it has a hard time penetrating the thick layers of the skin. Microneedling creates tiny channels in the scalp that allow the Minoxidil to penetrate deeper and reach the follicles where it's needed. So microneedling has a synergistic effect when combined with Minoxidil, which is why people see such great results. Yet, choosing to incorporate microneedling into your routine is not as easy as just purchasing the first device you see on the internet. Some microneedling devices work better than others, and there are a few things you need to consider. Let's start with the rolling devices. Here, out of these two, only one Derma roller is real. This is a 540 needle Derma roller, and this one is often called fake because it doesn't use real needles. Instead, it uses stainless steel disc needles, which have a triangular pointy shape and damage the skin more than necessary. Unfortunately, most people on the internet buy these because they are the cheapest, but as your grandmother used to say, you get what you pay for. You see, it is after a microneedling session, when your skin heals, that the hair regrowth process starts. With these triangular shaped needles, the skin takes more time to heal, and thus the hair regrowth process takes more time. So no, never buy such a Derma roller, as they are absolutely not worth your money. Instead, if you prefer a rolling device, I would go with a real needle Derma roller, like this one. This Derma roller uses real needles that are more precise and do much less damage to the skin. These needles are not triangular, they are real needles. Also importantly, this Derma roller uses titanium needles instead of stainless steel. Titanium is much more durable, so it lasts much longer without breaking. People think they will need to spend much more money for this better roller, which is not true. The fake roller usually costs around $10 or €10, while the real needle Derma roller costs $15 or €15. This is the roller I used for the first 3 months of my journey, where I saw these amazing results. So I believe it's 100% worth the investment. Now, if you are a beginner, I would suggest going for the 0.5mm needle size. That's the most popular size for beginners, and it has been shown to work great in many clinical studies. After a while, you can decide to upgrade to a longer needle size, such as 1mm to a maximum of 1.5mm. Though, to be honest, I would probably keep it at a maximum of 1mm. Let's jump now to the stamping devices. Here we find either the Derma stamp or the Derma Pen. The idea behind stamping devices is to microneedle on an up and down vertical motion instead of horizontally like the Derma roller. The good thing about that is that people say it is generally much less painful, and therefore they stick with the routine much longer. Second, another big advantage of stamping devices is that you are able to easily adjust the needle size. So here, for example, on this Derma stamp, I can adjust the needles anywhere from 0 to 3mm. The same goes for the Derma Pen. It is adjustable up to 2.5mm. Great, because that way you can start with 0.5mm in your microneedling routine, and if you later decide to try another size, such as 1mm, you don't need to buy a new device. Now, the Derma stamp costs exactly $20 or 20 euro, and the Derma Pen costs around $70 or 70 euro. So why is the Derma Pen more expensive? Well, it has two advantages that the Derma stamp doesn't have. Number one, the cartridges. Instead of disinfecting the Derma Pen with alcohol after each use, you can simply replace the needle cartridges with new ones after every session, which is very convenient and safe. These are also very cheap to buy, and the Derma Pen already comes with 12 cartridge units when you first purchase it. Second, it is automatic. When you turn on the Derma Pen, it does half the job for you, since it automatically pushes the needles in and out. This allows you to treat the scalp faster and more efficiently. Overall, you are probably recovering more hair with the Derma Pen. So no matter which one of these you choose, you are going to see great results, but some are better definitely than others. It depends on your willingness and how much you want to invest. I will leave links to all the devices down below in the description if you want to check them out. Now, how exactly do you integrate these into your routine? Well, the first step is choosing your desired microneedling device. In my case, I will use the Derma Pen. Set it to your desired needle length. I will leave it at 1mm as I am comfortable with this size and it works well for me. Microneedle your scalp in the areas where you want to regrow hair. There is no need to microneedle areas with healthy hair, only the areas where the hair is lost or thinning. In my case, that's the hairline. Now, microneedle in vertical and horizontal motions until your scalp turns slightly red. A little pinpoint bleeding is okay, but you really don't need to overdo it. Do this process only once a week. That's enough. Don't use Minoxidil on the same day you microneedle, as you need to give your scalp some time to recover. You can resume using Minoxidil the next day. So if you microneedle on a Sunday, then start Minoxidil again the following Monday. That's it. Let me know in the comments your results using a microneedling device. And again, all of the devices mentioned in this video are linked below in the description if you want to check them out. Until next time, I wish you a happy hair journey. Bye.